Hello, this is Olivier. So I'll start my video off as usual. I have a few things to do today. First of all, I'm going to use comparative advertising. It's not, where you compare, I wouldn't say competition, but you compare others. It's not really done in MT4, but I'm being me. I have to speak out about certain things. So I own most bots. I buy them all. And I usually try and buy them early. I bought one that starts with M at $200. That's now number one. And I bought another one called the Grem. And there's a few others I'd like to talk about today. Uh, Nothing bad, nothing good, but just questions I ask myself. Okay? Here are my two signals to show you that my two bots are doing quite well, as usual. Uh, as usual, no, it's a very bad thing for me to say that. There are ups and downs, nothing is guaranteed. I cannot guarantee the future. Let's say for the moment they're doing okay, fine. Okay? Can't guarantee the future. There is very little intervention from my part in these, and they are using three of my robots. Um, Two of them are paid for, BBNN and the Scalper, Genuity Scalper, which are highly recommended. The Scalper is a good entry point, okay, it's not too expensive, and it works. It's a solid workhorse. It has easy settings. It's completely automatic. It self-optimizes. Quite unique technology. I would recommend that for any entry level. BBNN is entirely automatic and makes you good money, whatever anybody says. If you stick to my pairs, if you stick to my instructions on it. 13 pairs are optimized for it, but there's 3 or 4 pairs that do the best. And frankly, you get enough action on the Euro itself to make a fairly good, steady. I can't promise anything, but in the past, it's done okay. Okay, all right, and it just frustrates me to see people go out and spend a lot of money on products that kind of disappear or where the author has a sort of a strange record in the past. I'm not saying bad. I'm not saying they're bad programmers. I'm not saying anything bad about it. But I'm just surprised that given the technology in, let's say, the BBSO Genuity Scalper, people fall for uh, imitations because of price or things like that, and they don't see the real value in the technology and they go out and buy these things and then it doesn't work. They buy another one. You can buy a lot of cheap robots. You might as well just go for one that has had 7 or 8 versions, and it's probably undervalued because I'm not meeting my costs right now, uh, given that what it can do. Okay, so that's my first point. Here are my two signals. One of them, as the Black Box Legend, has gone private for a while because I want to keep it that way. We'll see. I'll probably put it back, but the main one is still my black box DBSO1. And but I will show you this so people don't come and say, "Oh, he's blown up." Nothing's blown up. It's actually going up. Okay, it's right here, but it's private, and I don't need to put everything, splurge everything in front of people. I'm trying some neural systems on there right now. Seems to be working fine, which will probably be included in BBNN. But it takes a while to get the neural system right. So it's a bit experimental, and so should it be up there as a public signal, all I have to do is flip the switch and put it back public. So don't go around saying one signal's disappeared. This is my main signal, and it's starting to have quite a long performance, 28 weeks. So you can see, and you can see my hedging techniques, which are natural hedging techniques, um, using different time frames with my robots. Okay, so you could be short on the 1 minute, long on the 1 hour, etc., etc. A natural wave created. This is a unique system. Okay, so let's talk about the market right now. This is a euro. You can see that okay, this is on 4 hours. It looks messy because it is messy. Trump is causing a bit of confusion, a lot of confusion, because every day is another day. And so until he is going to be the president, people should start respecting him because he's going to be the president, whatever happens, whether you like him or not. And let's get on with business and stop this BS going on because I've never seen anything like it, and it's really confusing people. Pharmaceuticals go down one day because of one tweet, etc. It's difficult to work in this kind of environment, but my robots are doing extremely well. Hence the the adaptation that you're not getting in cheap products. Okay, there's a cheap imitation right now. It's not even an imitation. I bought it to see. It looks like my bot, but it's got martingale, which I would exactly the opposite of what I do. Basically, I use a trend filter, okay, which is very sophisticated, and that's what you need. You don't need martingale. You need to, when you're going the wrong way, okay, this is a BBSO Genuity scalper. First of all, I have a very complex self-opt going on every 2000 bars. So everything gets readjusted. It's not one simple, band on top. So it's not the same band, and nobody has this technology. And it's complete self-opt on bands using PF factors, etc., adapting to the market. So right now, look at this. This is another harmonic program. I'm actually surprised nobody's taking up my program, which is this one, which I'm giving away free. Why go and buy some expensive programs when you can get one free that I've basically I didn't write it myself. I put together what was available on the internet about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm very happy with it. I have a small AI with it. I like to see lots of patterns, but you can put one pattern if you want. Okay. Um, you can put one pattern if you want, if you think that's clear. But what's very interesting here is you can see with the BBSO, my entry-level robot, which I would suggest to anybody, the true workhorse, the apple of my heart, really. It's this filter that changes everything. So you can have imitations. First of all, they won't adapt to the market, okay? So you get what you paid for. I mean, you want to go buy a $50 euro, uh, EA that blows up accounts because it's just keeps on building positions and has not understood at all how to use this channel stuff. Go ahead and you get what you pay for. You'll lose your account. That's what's going to happen. I mean, it's very difficult to blow up with the BBSO. I'm telling you, nothing's guaranteed, but I've put so many safety features in there, and one of them being this filter. Okay, so if you're going to do some channel trading, you need a sophisticated trend filter because you can't go against a trend. Okay, you just can't. And let's say here it's because basically channel trading is contrarian trading. That's what it is. So you want to be contrarian, but you want to be a logical contrarian, okay? And here, isn't it strange that using basically my method, which has nothing to do with the harmonics, okay? I put these indicators on just to show. It has nothing to do with harmonics, but it'll probably want to get down here to buy. Isn't that strange that it's happens to be a projected bullish bat at that? I've always found that amazing, that this EA, by adapting, actually finds patterns that were developed by all these people who studied harmonics for years and their entire life. It is now found by computers looking for entries, and this being the program. So you know how sophisticated this program is. The DBSO Genuity Scalper with 4 modules that can handle any, if you're, a little bit, if you're not a beginner, let's say, you still have the volatility module, the trend module, and the squeeze break module, which will handle any situation in the market, which is breakout, trend, okay, and volatility. But of course, the jewel is my complete thesis, which is range trading, which is what most markets do. And look at now with Trump, even though it looks a complete mess, you know, there is a pattern, if you can see with your eyes here, see a line on top, a line down here. So you could say I could buy here and sell here. There is a pattern, okay? There is a pattern, and these patterns need to be found, okay? So I will continue with my other programs. This is the original black box that has two filters in it, okay? It's a much more complex program that I use for hedge fund consulting. And I have a version that I give out also. I'm surprised people are not taking it up. I mean, I'm selling BBNN, the most sophisticated, here it is, not to lie. No, it's not here. Okay, got the wrong template. These are all BBSOs. Uh, I'm selling the most sophisticated program there is out there and giving away free Renko setups, a free BBSO hedge fund program that I used to consult with. That was #1 and #2 last year, despite a huge conspiracy against me, a huge troll campaign. Okay, not as bad as Trump's, but pretty bad. And just gave me, I wasn't used to that kind of stuff, and gave me a lot of sleepless nights, I can tell you that. I'm glad things have settled down now, but let's not make these jewels go into oblivion. I'm trying to share here. I'm not making money off these programs, I'm telling you, because all the money I make, I go back and reinvest, and I'm actually building something for me because my dream is to have something completely automatic one day. And the thing is, BBNN version 2, I want to put a neural shell in there, but it's actually doing quite well. So I don't know if the neural shell is going to improve things a lot because it's based on 5 years of data, and it doesn't change overnight. I mean, it might correct little things here and there, but is it worth thousands of dollars that I've already spent? So I'm putting it on that private signal to see what happens, but I'm very happy with V2 now. I know I'm promising a neural shell, but if it doesn't improve what BDNN is doing, completely automating fire, and I don't know. I don't know if I should do it. So here are my other. So you can see that there is patterns to be found right now in the markets, and so you get these spikes, and we buy here. There's another. Uh, Look how this is all gone because that's the past now. We're talking about the future. Okay. Here we had. It looks like a touch and go, but actually there's about 7 ways to enter, and we had a really strong spike here, so I decided there was enough momentum to go in even at this level. Okay. Normally we would want to buy down here. So no other EA is doing that. And look at that sell. Look at that sell. Okay. And it probably came out down here, or I took it out manually maybe. Uh, so this is a great program. I mean, you're getting this for $290 right now, and seven versions of it have been made in the past. It's a real jewel. You can just put it on the main module on Sundays, and you can work 24 hours. The only time you need to switch it off, really, and you don't have to. The only time it does not so hot is during Fed days, the day before, the day after, and Fed day. I always say Fed day is not just the minute of the Fed. That's how most people lose money the next day. That because these guys aren't that stupid. If they want to do something, they're going to wait a little bit until they get the market, since it spikes up and down all over. They're going to wait a couple of days to do things. So you need to be always careful around Fed days. But that's it. The rest of the time, this will do it for you. Okay? So why go and buy 850? And another thing I want to say in the last few seconds, why would you buy a program that only trades a couple of trades in the middle of the night for €500? Honestly.